Hey folks, welcome and thanks for checking out my 8.2 Arcane Mage guide. Arcane still is pretty solid for AoE and pretty decent cleave. So it's still pretty attractive as far as dungeons go. Raids, kind of touch and go. It's kind of like the little brother to both Fire and Frost. But it does bring some interesting different abilities between shimmer or slipstream, displacement, greater invisibility. There's some more utility here than what initially the glass cannons look like. As far as 8.2 talent or build changes, not a lot of buffs or nerfs across the board. What we will say about Arcane Mages, they've got great burst damage, like we said, strong AoE. They've got really good mobility and they excel at encounter specific jobs. So if you need somebody to kite, this is the way to go. Where they're weak, they're really reliant on cooldowns. They're quite bad on two target fights and they get punished hard by mechanics, and we'll touch on that a little bit here in a minute. So if you're less familiar with the overall build, let's run right through that. This would probably be a base build in my recommendation for where we would want to go for some really basic, really basic components here for leveling. So level 15 talent, rule of threes. You can see my three little clones right now doing my bidding. Alternatively, mana shield on level 30, then mirror image. There we go. There's my three clones there. Resonance, Ice Ward, Reverberate, and Arcane Orb. Really a pretty straightforward build. You're just trying to accommodate a couple different procs there. You'll see us chew through mana really aggressively. I'll say that's the material difference for Arcane that I'm aware of anyway. So take a couple minutes, really learn the benefit of Arcane Charges, Arcane Barrage. Like that's really where we're trying to go here. All kinds of fun abilities to be had anyway. As we jump back into the talent build, so if you don't like the base leveling one here, and you want to go with something for dungeons or Mythic Plus, stick with the rule of threes, then go with Shimmer. It really helps from a mobility standpoint. Still showing me in combat, so I'll get a little bit further away. See, I've got a bunch of dummies threatened by me. Alright, let's do this the old-fashioned way then. Basically what we're looking at, you want to go with Shimmer so that you've got just more than this single blink. There it is. Get rid of Mirror Image, go with Encounter's Flow. I like that for most cases, to be honest with you, especially if you're just leveling. Having the three clones is fun from a visual standpoint, but if you're leveling, go with something passive. Make it as least painful as possible. Resonance, yeah, keep that rolling for level 60. Level 75, jump over to Chrono Shift. It really being able to slow enemies makes life easier on everyone, especially in Mythic Dungeons. Reverberate stays for level 90, and then over on level 100, keep it on Arcane Ward. So that's a pretty straightforward dungeon or Mythic build. If you are carrying an Arcane Mage into raiding, you wild creature, this is what it's going to look like. Rule of three, Shimmer, Rune of Power. You're jumping over. You're a KG vet if you're pushing some high-end raids here. So make sure you're dropping that little rune and staying within it, and you're going to be pretty buffed up pretty quick. Resonance actually gets left behind, and we're going to take charged up again. That gets you all kinds of fired up. Chrono Shift stays, but Reverberate actually becomes Touch of the Magi. So it gives Arcane Blast a 10% chance to apply Touch of the Magi, accumulating 15% of damage you deal to the target for 8 seconds. That's really easy. Arcane Orb, we leave that, and we actually take a passive Overpowered. So Arcane Power now increases damage by 60%. That is probably the easiest or fewest buttons of all the mage raid builds that are out there. Still probably doesn't hit as hard as fire does. Actually, I know it doesn't. You can actually go check out Simulation Craft to verify that if you don't believe me, but it's totally true. Alright folks, let me know, what did you like, what was missing the mark, what has a long way to go as far as these guides are concerned. Is there some content here that I'm totally missing out on? Is there something you want to learn more about? Drop it down in the comments below. They all keep me pretty motivated, even the bitterly constructive ones. Alright, thanks again for watching, and let me know. Hit that subscribe button either way, and I appreciate your help. See you later, dudes.